Do you dream of being a degenerate gambler, but in a socially acceptable manner? Boy, do I have a game for you. After selling all my material possessions and relocating to what seems to be some inner city San Francisco hellhole, I finally found a lease for a humble shop to call my own, where I'll be selling the super popular trading card game, Tetramon Duel Master? Trademark infringement aside, I'm fairly optimistic about this whole ordeal. I mean, moving across 2 continents to open up my own card shop is great, but I hope my decisions don't make me into some kind of card fiend. Oh well. Now, starting off my little empire, I can only get basic bitch cards every gas station their mother has. But fairly soon, I'll be able to afford some of those shiny deluxe packs that bring in the big bucks. Scared money don't make no money. After accidentally ordering way too many of the starter packs, I got to work setting up the store for its grand opening. No real points for decoration, I'll be honest. That's what happens when you fuck up within 10 minutes of owning a shop. Organizational nightmares aside, I can finally start upcharging the hell out of these inner city yuppies. But we gotta start building a relationship first, so then we'll start them on market rates, then jack up the price. With our first customers being served, I was beginning to see the grand vision of a card trading empire with hundreds of priceless Tetramon cards in my collection. That being said, right now, I've gotta work the register and make sure I don't go into serious debt and end up homeless. The usual. Giving change is a real doozy when you're an idiot. So whenever you see me struggle, just know I was aspiring to be an organic chemist. Yes, it involves a fair bit of math. Back on track here. Once I empty out my weeks-long supply of basic cards, I begin to furnish out the shop, getting more and more racks to entice the yuppies to buy my wares. After that, some new furniture was sorely needed to start fleshing out the store and have it feel like less of a solitary confinement chamber for the insane Tetramon enthusiast. That's what happens when you don't hire interior designer kids. With this new furniture installed, I got access to renting out the tabletop real estate to local nerds in my area, creating a racket where I am simultaneously the dealer and the only place they can get their fill of losing to one of Nurgle's accursed daemons in the flesh. Flash forward to 2 days later, where I finally begin to amass enough money to buy some new licenses and new stock for the shop. Finally ditching those common cards for some accessories and box sets for the nice high margin. You've got to be ruthless in this industry. You're getting juice from the suppliers and the customers want the best deal, so we've got to make it work. During this time though, I finally began to try out what has these people hooked. I finally started to open some of these packs and they're fun. The noises the plastic makes as you break that cover and uncover what's inside, it's great. And after checking the prices of some of these, I think I've actually made some profit, which is exciting to say the least. So I bought some new furniture to help me sell the new swanky cards I get, which means I have to dip into the supply occasionally and fish myself out a good card for one of those packs. But hey, I've profited so far, so that only means it can go up, right? As the days slowly pass by, I get used to the day-to-day grind. I wake up, I sell cards, I close the shop, I repeat. I wake up, I sell cards, I close the shop, I repeat. I continually grew the number of players, constantly scraping and acquiring new licenses and new stock, even though my budget was stretched razor thin. I persevered and kept my head up high, occasionally dipping into a few packs whenever I became disheartened, and would quickly come back to my senses as I looked at the dozens of cards I would have unwrapped and began to sort them. I began to memorize the specific value of different cards, only checking sporadically to see if the market had shifted. Depending on the supply of cards and current ongoing tournaments, cards would quickly rise or fall in price, causing me to make some major gains some days, while suffering whenever I held out on some cards too long. But I'm starting to go a little stir crazy. I'm sure I've used about 100 bottles of deodorant in my shop and it's only been a few weeks. Some of these people come in here and it's like they've never even heard of a shower before. But whenever I feel down, I look at the shinies. The shinies bring me joy and have continually brought me joy again alongside my struggle with the ruthless Tetramon business. The buzz of the cash register has become embedded into my very being. The faint buzz will forever haunt my dreams and nightmares, continually reminding me of my days on this earth where I've decided to make it my profession to sell children's cards to full-grown adults. I should have become a doctor or something. But I finally hit it big with one of these cards and made almost 1,000 profit, which I put directly back into the shop, mostly for new furniture and to buy some new rare packs. I've decided I'm going to keep ordering them and opening them. After all, I own the shop, right? I'm making money. I deserve to have a little downtime and open up my own shinies and maybe keep some of them eventually when I'm stinking rich. And I'm getting there. Only a few more big card pulls and I'm finally there. Finally in the home stretch. Just need some more time and patience, and moving to this inner city hellhole will have been all worth it. A little over a month after settling down in the city, I finally managed to hire some help so I don't have to slave away talking to clients anymore. I can sit on the floor and just continually open card packs now. Though occasionally I do have to help out Jimmy, who is a bit fucking inbred and cannot stack to save his life. I've fully succumbed to my card mania now, and I physically shake whenever I am not opening cards and cannot use my fine motor functions. Much like a crack addict, I can't really speak or do anything of note until I've had my first one, after which I'm susceptible to mad bouts of violence if I happen to open over 20 without encountering any value cards at all. I've caused 7 physical altercations, especially once when a passerby would come by and insult one of my shinies. I nearly beat a Scottish man to death after he insulted the PSA grading of my Lucender. We do not take that kind of slander around here. But other than the occasional desk being broken, I've managed to lift myself out of financial poverty and now run a thriving business with one valued employee and another semi-valued idiot who's cheap enough to keep on the team. Other than the crippling card addiction now, which I cannot fend off, I'm pretty sure I've done fairly well for myself. I now maintain a solid working schedule of opening card packs until the shop closes, after which I go back to the shop first thing in the morning and destroy a box of 64 card packs in an inhumane amount of time. After which I search the Tetherman forums like Julia Fox attempting to lick cocaine crumbs off the carpet. But unlike her, I do not rub cigarette ash against my gums, but come up successful and find the right price for my valued shinies. I sadly still need to sell most of them, but I have started a private collection where I keep those that I can afford. However, the shop is being kept afloat by my crippling card addiction, where I will spend every waking hour attempting to get one of those EX shiny ultra rare cards. And by God, I'm gonna get there. But before I show you some of the cards I've managed to collect over this game session, I'd like your opinions. This is my first time making a narrative-driven gaming video, so any criticism or feedback would be appreciated. And if you would like or subscribe, I would also appreciate that a lot. But anyway, enough yapping from me. Here's your card montage coming up.